Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another stream. It's Friday. How are you all doing? What's going on? By the way, big game tomorrow for Liverpool. Is Nathan here? Yeah, Nathan here is too. Is it at home, Nathan? Actually, I don't know. Or is it at Man City? Hey, man. Hello, Adrian. Hello, Chester. Hello, Bushan. Crew is here. Thanks for hanging out with me on this Friday. I hope you're having a good day. I'm not feeling that well. I think I caught a little cold, but yeah, I didn't want to skip the stream, so I hope we still can make it through today. But yeah, I think I'm going to get all the rest of my energy so we can do this. Oh, Liverpool is playing at home, and you're in the stadium, Nathan. Oh wow. This is really kind of a little dream of mine, being at the Anfield Road at the Liverpool Stadium. I wanted to go there for, I think, for 10 years, and I think we tried it a few times, but for some reason it didn't work out. It's quite expensive flying there. Then I think there's not an airport nearby, so you have to go to, I think, London, Manchester, I don't know, and then drive with the train to Liverpool, then the tickets, then the hotels. I think you have to pay at least 400-500 euros, I think, per person to get there. So yeah, but still on my list. So I'm pretty hopes are pretty high that someday we can do this. Okay, Nathan will be there. Wow, I'm jealous, Nathan. That's really cool. Let me just try to make those a little bit bigger. Yeah, like this. Oh, I think you managed that. If you're in the UK, I might be able to help with tickets. Okay, maybe I have to come back to you. So thanks for this offer. So maybe I can do this together with a conference or something. This would be pretty cool. Okay, but yeah, back to work. I hope you're having a good day. So let's see, what are we going to do today? First, it's pretty interesting because the current stream here is the only upcoming stream currently on Larastreamers. And it wasn't like this for a very long time. So I think I've never seen just one stream being here in this list. And this also means when I'm finished, the list is empty, which is actually it's pretty sad. And I also don't know what happens if there's any error message or maybe we also see an error. So I might have to schedule another stream while doing the stream so that we don't run into any issues. But yeah, if you're also streaming or if you haven't, please go ahead, make a stream, and let's try to fill up this list again. I also need to talk to the others like Freek, Mohammed, Steve. So I think these are the ones who are most active currently. Yeah, Mohammed, Steve, then also some meetups. Yeah, Lara Corneliu is also currently streaming the talks from last year as a kind of release to watch it for free, which is nice as well. And yeah, Laravel Laravel Worldwide Meetup was last week. No, it was this week on Tuesday. What was it? I don't know what this is, but I think it was on Tuesday. And this was really nice. If you haven't watched those talks, you need to watch them. They're pretty cool, especially the first one about Sidecar, which I really enjoyed. Yeah, and Jason is also doing quite some talks, so I have to remind them to enter some new streams. Okay, yeah, so that's why I also can't tell you about any upcoming streams because maybe that's the last stream. So glad you're here. So you are watching the last current stream. Okay, besides that, what we have been doing the last weeks is working on the new design, and we are already pretty far. So that's the new homepage. which looks nice. Then we have this new submit thing, which we were working on in the last stream. There are still some little things we have to adjust, and I have a list with a few of them which I want to tackle in this stream. But yeah, also this animation here. I think the animation of the model is fine, but the background, I think we can do this better. But sometimes these are things that I don't need to do in order to release the new design, because for me most important is that we ship this and then on the way we can work on other stuff. So yeah, that's what we've been doing the last stream, which was on Monday. And here's also the new design for the archive page, which turned also out pretty nice. And yeah, so I think mainly we have done most of the things, most of the bigger parts for the stream, for the new site. I think there are just a few things that I want to check out today in this stream. Mm, mm, how are you doing this on screen tracking, etc.? Mm, what do you mean exactly? Do you mean this here? I'm not sure if you mean this button. Here I have one full screen application, so PHP Storm was full screen, and then I put in the browser as well, and now both are full screen, and I can just show both of them and switching here the slider. But I'm not sure if this is what you meant. Yeah, that's a good point. We finished the design and now everything is dead and nobody's ever submitting any more streams. And yeah, RIP. Thank you very much. So let's try to put them. I was talking about banners you show when someone comments. Oh, this one. Yeah, that's a feature of the streaming software which I use, which is called eCam Live. But you also have some similar features for StreamYard, which I used before. So I have just here on the right a window with all the comments, and I just can click one of those comments, and I can see them directly here. And what's also nice with eCam Live that I can just change them on the way. Yes, I'm just clicking here, then I see this on my screen here, and I can just move it. I could also change like colors and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Pretty cool feature of eCam Live. All right, so that's my beautiful list for today. So let's check out what we have. So first, we have here the search field, search form for the search, which we haven't implemented yet. But there is a pull request, and we need to grab everything from the pull request and put it in here, and make it work together with the new search. But I don't want to do this today. I will only want to do this after we are live. So this means what we are now doing, we're just getting rid of the search for now. So we don't have this empty search when we release the stream. So I think that's in some kind of header archive. Yeah, that's the search, and now it's gone. As you can see, it also shifted a little bit, everything a little bit upwards. Do I like this? Yeah, I don't think it's an issue. It still looks good in my opinion. One thing I noticed here about the borders is we are a little bit outside of this container here. So I'm pretty sure this wasn't intended with the design. Let's check. Here we are. Here everything is lined up correctly and also on the archive page. So maybe we should now start with this one. Let's try to find out what's happening here. So we have this container, which has a max width of 6XL. Mm-hmm. but we already see that we have some padding here. And we don't have this padding on the container then. So I think we can just get rid of the padding in the main navigation. So LGPX8. I think that's it. So let's check again. No, still not working. Oh yeah, okay, so we still have the padding X of 2, which we had as a default for the mobile view. So let's also get rid of that one. And still not working. So we have another one. Okay, we have third one. Maybe I should look more closely. Then I see that we have 3 styles here for the padding. So now it works on the main desktop view, but we still need some here, for example. So let's see what's happening. Do we have some padding on this container now? Yes, we have. So that's a padding X of 6. Let me see, but this isn't an issue if we go bigger. Let's check again. Okay, here we haven't defined a max width. Okay, that's why it's not an issue here. So let's try out. We want padding x6 and then with, let's try with LG padding x0. Okay, it works here, but then here we still have a little bit of space where this is not yet working, or is it? Yeah, here. And then here it's switching. So what's after LG? Is it XL? Okay, it's better now for sure. There's still a little bit of gap in between. So yeah, here. So here we have the padding already set. Is this correct? Yes. And what's going on here? So we also have the padding here set, but because we haven't defined the max width, yes, I think, so we have it defined here. Okay, I think that's the issue. So I think we should bring in this, okay, and this kind here, this padding, I think we should bring this into this container where we have also set the max width, or we could also set the max width on the main container. I think this would also make sense because the main container should never be bigger than this maximum which we have defined. So let's see, let's check out our main layout file. And here we have the padding defined and max width of 6 XL. And then we need to get rid of the things we have defined in the stream list, I guess. Let's see what's going on now. Now we have here a max width and the padding. But what's now happening? Oh, I think it's not centered, which is not an issue because you can see this here. Yeah, we have some padding on the left, on the right, but on the right there is much space here. So let's try to fix this by I think it's justify center. I always get confused. Item center or justified center. Okay, that's not it. That's also not it. But I'm already seeing a different issue now with the background here. Yeah, so I think that's why we can't set the max width on the main field, on the main container. Okay, let's reword this. Get back here and does it look right now? Yeah, okay, here we have this little bit of gap in between. Okay, let's try to fix this. Here it is. So at this point here we have the padding set, correct? Yes. So now we're in the main container. So we said that we can't do any maximum width here. I think we can just get rid of this padding here from this container. And we now have here some margin set on this div. Where does this come from? Or is this only, or could this only be because of the maximum width that we have some margin left and right? Yeah, because we have MX auto, so we are centering this. And this is also for Y. So let's try if we do some padding X of 6 here, yeah, then this works. Okay, so I think that's the idea from Livewire, so this must be the stream list. Stream list, yeah, this one here. And let's try to do this here. Okay, so here it's working, it's working, it's working. Here we have the padding set, and what's going on now with this container here. Where's the starting mobile? Oh, that's just the header section main. That's the div. So I thought I have defined it here, but maybe I was wrong. Let's refresh. Let's refresh and check again. Why is this not the same as? Oh, we're on the archive page. We are on the archive page. Let's get rid of this. You guys already saw it first. Yeah, thanks. I should look more to the comments. Hey D, how's it going? Hey Ray. So let's switch blade to The archive one, that's the one. We probably need it for the other side as well, but that's what we're focusing on. Okay, so we already can see that it's now being set, but is this what we want to? Here's the diff. So now we have this padding here. And here we also have the padding set now. PX6, yeah. So the navigation is going full width. This is now with a maximum width of 6XL. What am I missing here? Okay, we have also some on the main container. I think that's what I did before, and we need to get rid of that now. This one here. All right, I think that's better now. Okay, but still we have some issues here. Okay, what else is going on? So, I think here we haven't defined that it should be 0, yeah, after some point. So here we have for XL, it should be 0. So let's add this here as well. Stream list archive XL PX0. Okay, I think we got it now. What about the archive here? Because I see it switching here. Let's check the design. I'm pretty sure it's at the same border here. Yes, it is. So let's see. I think that's the padding here, which we have set. PX6 on PX8. So which is now being applied. Okay, that's the one. But actually we don't want any padding here. So that's the header section. Is it this one? No, this should be in the header. Header archive section here. Here we go. So I think it should be the same as with the other containers. A default of 6 and then 0 for everything bigger. Do you like working on those little details in the design for something? I don't like this at all. That's not what I enjoy doing. I would much prefer more working on any tests or any refactoring, but those little design things, they are important to me, so don't get me wrong. I really like to have them right, and I want this to be fixed, but having fun switching around those classes here, I don't have. How's that about you? Do you like those things? Do you enjoy working on design at all, implementing designs and trying to get things pixel perfect? Yeah, there are Tailwinds containers. I can't remember what they do in detail, but let's check out. Core plugins container. Is it a plugin? No, I don't think so. Container. A component for fixing an element's width to the current breakpoint. The container class sets the max width of an element to match the minimum width of the current breakpoint. This is useful if you prefer to design for a fixed set of screen sizes instead of trying to accommodate a fully fluid viewport. Okay, I currently don't see how this would be much more different to what we do now. I think it would just be fine that I use one container, which I use for both, because now it's probably working here, but what about here? Yeah, I think we still have here this issue as well. Because of course we have changed it now for the navigation, which is also being used here, but what about this diff? What's happening here? Max width 6XL, MX Auto. That's good. The container must be this, the main thing must be the same. So this is now the stream list, which is different. Why is it not the same width as we have here? By the way, I think also this should be the same, right? Yep, everything lined up correctly. So what's going on here? That's now the other header. Header home. Max width 6, yeah, that's good. And that's this one here, yeah. And then there's the first one, the slogan. Is it a slogan? We have the section, then we have two diffs. Yeah, okay, it's the first one. Oh yeah, the other's the preview. Okay, let's try the same. Padding x0 and then xl, padding x0. All right, looks better now. Okay, fine with that. And now let's get back to this here. Let's start with the main containers. No paddings, no margins. Then we have a div here. That's the LiveWire component. Guess we don't need this here. Yeah, nothing has changed. And then MX Auto. So why is this? Okay, actually it's the same width. Okay, now I see what's going on. It's the same width, but the image is not going till the left border, but it should be correct. Yes, it should be. So let's check how we are shifting this. Margin right minus 12. I think that's the class which we're using. Let's try 16. Oh, that's on the right side of life. Margin left minus 24. So this must be the class. Okay, can I get this correct just by switching this a little bit? We probably don't have 30, 32. We definitely don't have 33. What about 32? This looks better for sure. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, that's interesting because I don't think we can do this by just changing the container. I think we have to do this on the image itself. Main class, section, header, here the div. Or we could also do it with, we have a margin for the list element. Now currently it's 32. I think we maybe have to adapt this one. I think this might be easier. Or maybe not. 34 is already way outside. So these are always things where I would really like to know how people who really do a lot of front end try to get around all those little issues where you try to get every corner, every box in the right position, having all the padding right without changing it somewhere else. I will always find this very difficult. And it's strange because when I started, I was starting as a front end developer, which I did for I think 2 years. So I should know how to do all of this. Mm, mm, you're all good? Yeah, you're all good. Okay. So let's just try it again with the image, which is now part of the stream blade. So we have the figure. Is it the figure which we are shifting? Margin right. Let's check again. Where did we do this? Mm, mm. No, that's on the right side. Margin right. Where is it? Is it this one here? Oh yeah, okay, here we're shifting the whole block. So it's on the list element itself. And we said what we wanted to try is, let's check again. Actually, is it an issue of the desktop view? Because I don't think so. Yeah, a little bit as well. Okay. So let's try it with 32. And let's start with the desktop view. Do you also find yourself trying to see if everything is correct by going with the cursor up and down and see, yeah, I think that's correct. Yeah, it's not perfect, but for me, it's fine. Let's check now again. I think we need to change it for the mobile view here. So let's maybe start with minus L minus 24 minus ML minus 24. And maybe let's change this to LG. Yeah, okay, so now it's here shifting already. which looks better. And then, yeah, here we have a point where it's directly. So here it must be already 32. So let's try to only go with XL. I think that's also what we used for the others. And then we go bigger, and yeah, okay, this looks better. But then not here. So what did I change now to make this not work anymore? Was this set to 0 at some point? Let's try to do this for SM and then minus margin left minus 0. Something like this. Actually, I can't remember how this view was looking for the responsive view for mobile. Is this how it looked like? Did we do this together? I guess normally you would also get a design for this so that you know for sure how everything was planned by the designer, which I don't have. And I also don't want to ask Arne all the time because, yeah, he did this in his free time. And I only want to get to him when it's done, and then he can tell me about things where we can improve. Yeah, it doesn't look bad, but does it look good? By the way, was this the same on the current side? On the live side? Okay, we can't check right now. Oh, but yeah, we can check on the archive page. But here, those are the same. Okay, yes, we have some background here. I think we lost that one at some point. Okay, let's tackle this now. Where is this? I think this must be still in the stream list. So let's start on the home page. Again, here. Stream list, this one. And then we have something sticky, that's that one. Yeah, so BG Gray 700 is what we don't have. So let's try Gray Dark. What was it here? It's just same as the background color, which I think is darkest. Oh yeah, like this. Yeah, I think that's good. We also have a little bit of opacity here, which, yeah, much better. Hello, Eluert. Full width. What do you want to make full width? So what's next here? So actually we're working on hiding the search on the archive, which we did. And then we ended up fixing this here. Then we ended up fixing this here, then doing this on homepage as well. Now let's also make sure this works on the archive page. Yeah, this looks much better. And I think that's, now that I see this, I also think, shouldn't the images be full width at this point? Somehow this looks strange. Not sure if we have ever touched this, but we make this full width. I think it should be full width. But it shouldn't be too big as well. How does this look currently? Yeah, it looks like this. I think that's also how it was meant to be. I have no idea why we didn't check this at some point. Alright, so here we are on the home page. So this means we're going to so many stream files, stream.plate partial. Yeah, here we go. And somewhere we have here flex container here, and then this is 1/2. So if we make this bigger and refresh, yeah, so we have 2/2 here, here 1 and 2, and then at some point we're changing this here to flex row, to flex column then in the end. So this means, I think at MD where we're changing this, the width of the image should also be full width. Or actually it's the other way around. It should be full width first, and then it should be just half of the width when we go bigger. So let's make this smaller again. Okay, so now here we have full width. And we also still have here some issues where I think this is still shifted to the side. Let's try to check it like this so I can see the code better. So where is this point? We're here. So here I think we said it was the whole li container which is shifted. Oh, come on. Can I make this bigger here now? Oh, there. Yeah, it's this one here. It's margin left 24. So what do we have to change? It's still bigger and it shouldn't be anymore. So this means maybe change this to MD. Then I think it should be now already correct. Yeah, okay. Then I also think we don't need the padding here anymore because it looks strange. Actually, if there was some padding, it should be outside. So the padding is here on the A, on the link itself. And let's try also to do this from MD on. And then we also have some padding. Is it on the? That's on the list itself. I think that's the PY8. So stream list. Is this a stream list? Oh yeah, here we have it. So let's also change this. We only want this for MD and above. Okay, then something I think we also tackled in the last video, some catch by Adrian, which we changed here. We also have rounded corners, which we don't want on the mobile view. So then let's go back to the stream. Image rounded only for MD and above. Which has no effect yet. Let's check where else do we have this. Okay, the image image looks good, I think. Yes, it's not rounded from here. Let's check the figure, rounded. Okay, that's the one. So that's correct. We want always to be rounded. No, we want this to be only for mobile, rounded only the top XL. And then for after MD, we want, is it already? I think it's after MD already. After MD, we want it to be rounded XL everywhere. But there's still somewhere else some rounded because it's still rounded here. So where else could this come from? It's not this one, right? Here, it's not. That's the image. Then the next is the figure. Let's try to get away all of the rounded classes. Okay, it's also not here. So what about the A? Okay, it's this one. So we have it on the A as well. Does this make sense to define this on A, on the link itself? I don't think we need this. All right, so it's now only rounded at the top and not here anymore. But it's still rounded full the moment we switch here. And I think it's still different in the way how it's rounded. I think it's more at the top than at the bottom. Let's check again the image. I think XL, which we have on the top, is correct. So top XL, rounded XL. There must be still another class. So let's go through it again. MD rounded, yeah, that's it. Where do we have this? That's on the image. So actually, do we need this on the image? I think we don't need it at all, right? So now it's full, only rounded at the top. Then we switch here, breakpoint, and then it's not at all anymore. So let's see what's going on. He was switching, it's only at the top XL, and then, oh, I think I misspelled this one. This must be the issue. Yeah, better now. Full width. Okay, it still doesn't look that good, so we have to tweak it here a little bit more. Thanks. You guys and girls are always first, seeing what I do wrong. I'm not there yet, Ray, but yeah. I also have this. I think the shortcut which I use is nope. Okay, and the Eloer was thinking about the same, making it full width on the small responsive design. Okay, where do we start now? So I think the buttons are too big for sure. Also, should we center everything? Is this also a realistic size? Yeah, I think so. 400 pixel is what we still have for a lot of mobile phones. Yeah, I think the padding Y which we had was working here nicer in order to have the padding here around at the bottom. So we don't need the padding at the top, but we definitely need it here at the bottom. So I think this was on the LI element. And let's say padding bottom 8, and then after MD, padding button 0. Okay, now this already is better. How does this look now? Yeah, so similar to what we have here. Let's bring this to the side again. Yeah, it's still a little bit strange that it's rounded here, especially if we have a day like Wednesday, where we now have a few streams which have the same background because they are on the same day, and now it's only rounded on the top of them. So it works pretty well here where we only have one stream for one day, but here already it looks a little bit strange. I think we also need some padding here for the headline. Yeah. So let's check again. We're still on the home page here, right? So we have the channel title. No, stream title. Yeah, that's the one. Here we have an H3. Let's just try some. Maybe let's also add this for the image, for the figure. Let's give it some margin button 6, and then MD margin button 0. I think that's too much, maybe just 4. Yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, I also don't want to spend too much design on those little details. I think it's better if I really get Arne maybe onto the stream, but maybe also he can also check out the site when it's finished. And then he comes to me with a list of all the things that he would like to change, because I could change this here a little bit, and then here a little bit, and then here, and then he comes and say, maybe we should do this completely different, and I don't want to do this all the time and repeat myself. So the last thing that I might want to try is here some padding around the whole list. So let's add a new class to try it out and give it some padding x of 4. Okay, it shouldn't be in the list, it should be here actually. Yeah. And by the way, I think it should be 6, which we also have for the other containers above, which looks better now. Yeah, so I think that's better. Let's make this now on where do we have this? That's not inside the list. No, or is it inside the list? Stream list. No, I think that was the one. Here. PX6 MD PX0. Here, better for sure. Mm-hmm. Adrian has to leave. Yeah, I wish you a lot of luck for the release of this big feature. Yeah, what are you working on? Or maybe you can tell me the next time. If you don't have time now, but it would also be interesting in what features you're currently releasing. Thanks for joining. Center the buttons instead. Yeah, does it make sense to only center the buttons and not the rest? We can try it. It's a list, it's a flex container. So this means I can try it by adding a class of justify. Oh, that's nice how you get this live view justify center. I think we still have some. Is it centered now? It looks strange somehow, right? It should be centered. I think maybe it just doesn't fit with the other things. Maybe it then should also be full width. Have I defined some width here? Nope, this doesn't work. It's because of this here. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, it seems like it's not keeping the class here if I switch between them. Could this be? So, be full. Let's get back. Okay, then it seems the moment I switch the element here, it also gets rid of the class. But yeah, you're right. Let's give it a try. So these streams by date links. No, that's the pagination. Let's go back to. It should be inside the stream. I think here we are. Let's give this a width of full. Everything full. That's the issue we've been talking about with Laravel idea that when I try to get the class here, I have this add class, which is I think something in combination with Laravel idea and PHP Storm why this is not working as expected anymore, but Adele is already working on a fix, which is nice. So again, here also full. And then we have a stream button here. But let's check first together. This is full now. That's the href. Yeah, so I think that's inside the stream button. Yeah, probably something like this. Why is it not working? Oh, yeah, we also would need to do this here. Again, I only want the class attribute w full. Yeah, it looks better. But now we have to make sure that this is not happening for everything above. So how do we reset the full width? How do I reset that? How do I reset the full width? Is there kind of reset full? Maybe let's just try to Google for tailwind, reset, W full. Interesting. Have I never tried this before? Reset full width? Yeah, but if I do this, then it's full for everything above small. But actually, we only want it to be full width for the mobile views, and then after MD, we don't want it to be full anymore. Oh, it seems my camera is gone. Let me try to get it back. I guess you also can't see me. Okay, now it's back. Here, as you know, my cam link, I sent it back to Elgato and they sent me a new one, but this comes next. This is coming next week. So now I have a very cheap Amazon HDMI capture card, which costs like 10 euros or something like this. And the Elgato cam link costs like 100 euros. So a pretty big difference in price. And I can use my camera now again, but I can't use the full 4K and the color's a little bit different. And it also seems to have issues, but at least I can use the camera again. So yeah, how do we do this? So we want it to be full for responsive, and then for everything else, we don't want it to be full anymore, the full width. Let's see, I want to reset. Actually, I don't know. This is from 2013, so I'm not sure if this helps me. With auto. Okay, seems to be working. So let's try this out every time we've been using this here. Here, and also here. So it's working here, that's good. Let's make it bigger. And then, okay, it seems auto is resetting it. Then the width again, which is nice. Here we have some intermediate state where this is already very big. So we might change this to SM. So this means here it should be already different. Yeah. I think that's better. Let's also do this here. SM, SM, SM. Here. So now we're switching, still next to each other. And now we have the full width buttons. Okay, I think this also brings us to the next thing on my list. Let me just cross out what we already did, which is not too much, by the way, because we always find some new stuff to fix. Hide search, yes. And we don't have any hover statements for those buttons. So let's think about how we could do this. So we don't have any kind of style guide yet, which would be nice. So in a style guide, you could say something like we have those colors, and if we have buttons and the hover state of a button is like 80% of the same color, just lighter or darker, something like this. We only have implemented this here now with a darker color, which is a darker red. So I'm not sure if it here also makes sense to make it more dark. I think what we could do, at least we could try, is to make this icon red. Red is our highlight color on this website. So this also indicates that can click something. So yeah, let's try if we can, how this looks and if we can make this happen. I think this would look nice. So we are already here, right? In the stream button. Yes. So hover. Yeah, so what we want to do is we want this only on the icon itself. So we have the slot here. So we are bringing in here this icon. This calendar icon is the first one. And what we don't have here is this here, where we merge the attributes so that we can put the class inside the component from outside. So this way I should be capable of doing something like I think if I do text red, the icon gets red too. And oh yeah, we need to bring those inside here so we don't override them, because otherwise we would lose them. But by the way, actually want to do this from the outset, right? Because we maybe need to use this icon somewhere else, and then it's better from the outside. So, and what we want to do now is hover. There is something where I can define if we hover the parent box, then I want it to change. But I'm not sure how this is called. Tailwind hover parent group hover. I think that's it. Group. Here we go. If you need to style a child element when hovering over a specific parent element, add the group class to the parent element. Group class to the parent element. So the parent one is what are we currently hovering? Is it? I think it's the whole li. So let's try it here. Group, and what's next? Then I do a group hover. Group hover text red without the semicolon. Here we go. Yeah, not too bad. What do you think? I think this looks pretty nice. Actually, it looks so nice that I might think to keeping red right from the beginning, but maybe this is cool as well. Chester already know it. Thanks, Chester. What do you think? Do you like this? Um, this always reminds me of back when I was playing in a band and we were writing songs. Often you have those little little parts in a specific riff or like the verse where you're playing one verse and then on the second verse you're adding something a little bit which looks a little sounds a little bit more interesting and cool and looks so cool that you want to put it on every verse. But you first thought it would be this, it would be much better to have this on every verse, but it's very important to keep those little details and changes just just a little bit so that you don't have it the first time, then maybe second verse you show it and then it's like, whoa, people noticing that there's a change and it now sounds even cooler. And if you would do this like with every verse, it would be just normal for them because they don't know what it sounded before. And for me, it's always like with those little things here where I think it looks pretty cool. Maybe I do this everywhere, but maybe I shouldn't because now it's cooler because they see the effect as well. Um, what do you mean, Chester? Which game? Uh, I was talking about my band. Or maybe you mean something else. How about the link text? Yeah, I think so. What we currently have, again, style guide, we should define stuff like that. What happens for buttons or links or text? So, what we currently have here is we have for the pagination some color changes, which we also have here for the main navigation. And then for some links here, we have those are also underlined and the color is also changing. So we could try to make to change. Mhm. So we have some options here. We could, when I hover it, we could underline the text, which would work. We could also change the text to be red, which I think might be a little bit too much. Or we could also try to change the color of the text to the same as the icon currently and then change the text to white because we have this here, for example, where we go from a kind of gray to a white. Maybe first let's also do this here. I can download. Here we also want to merge the attributes and we want to define this from the outside. Let's go to the outside class and let's add those here and then group hover text red, and then we also need to define this here as the group. Yeah, okay, it's working now for both of them. Let's try some of the option which we have. Let's try to make it underlined. I think I can also do this here. Hover underline. What do you think? I think it works, but I think for buttons I prefer not to use underline because we have some more options with the backgrounds, with the icons. For simple text I like to have the underline, but here I think it's could also change the background. Let's try to change the text of our buttons here. So what are we currently using? BG, gray darkest, text, gray lightest. Looks like it's the same, gray light. Yeah. And then hover, text, white. I think this looks good. It's maybe not that prominent anymore as before, so they look a little bit grayed out, maybe a little bit inactive. But the change from this to this looks really nice. But you are right that we also need to change the text. I think we go with this and then wait for the feedback by the designer. All right, let's also check this view now. Yeah. All right. Then let's cross this out from the list. Hover state calendar. Okay, next little thing which I noticed is here the navigation. The current side is kind of a gray. When I hover it, it's kind of a black. Then the current the submit side is always black. And here it's the same. So I think we need to change this to make this a little bit more consistent. How did this look here? So inactive gray and the active one is black. Yeah. So submit is not, we changed submit, so that's why it's now looking, that's why we see it now with a different color. So let's get back to our navigation. Navigation, here we go. And this is now the main one because we have a mobile one as well. Here we have a button and we haven't defined any classes. All right. So let's see what we have defined for those links. If it's active, we have gray darkest and font bold. And if it's not active, okay, that's also interesting because this class does not exist. Gray 700. I think we are overriding this. I think we don't need this here. Okay, since we're already here, let's try to fix this. So if the page is active, if the current page is active like here, we want the text to be gray darkest. Yeah, if not, we want it to be this. So this means we don't want any text here. I think that's why it was changed. Yeah, okay, this looks better now. It's active, that's why it's black. If it's not active, we want it to be text gray. Do we have any text here defined? Text base, no. Okay, that's the gray, but that's not the one which we want. Gray dark. I think that's better now. Then if we hover it, it gets black. And if it's active, it's also bold, which I think is kind of okay. So back here, we want it to be text gray dark by default. And then hover text gray darkest. Yeah, like this one here. Okay, I think that's better. What about the mobile design here? Okay, this is already okay-ish. It's not beautiful, but I'm fine with that for now. Okay, another thing to cross out. Navigation here. Next, a little thing which I noticed is that here we don't have any link to the homepage, which you normally have for this kind of logo. So this means, should we just make this a link? href route, and that's the home route. Do we need to change this somehow? I don't think. It's just a little extra that you can get back home, but I don't think we need to make this somehow special when we hover it, that it moves out or something. I don't think we need this here. Okay, this was an easy one. Next, what happens if we have no streams? So PHP Artisan migrate fresh. Okay, it's not too bad. We don't have any errors. We just don't see anything. But I really don't want this for the Larastreamer side. And let me check if in the meantime somehow someone submitted something. Nope, no more streams submitted. So the thing is, normally I submit new streams here from my streaming software, but I think I can't do this while I'm live. So this means I could try to do this directly from YouTube, but I've never done this before. So maybe we can find out together how to do this. What is this? What if I go live? Do I have some kind of buttons so that I can go live as well? Let's check my YouTube studio. Go live, upload videos, create post. What is that? Post an update to your fans. Okay, that's definitely not what we want to do. What if I go create? Go live later. Oh yeah, that's what we want. Pick the type of stream to begin. Yeah. Okay, I don't want to do this through YouTube because I've never done this before. I want to do this through my software. So I think I'm just after I finish, I will try to immediately create a new stream so that the list is not empty. But yeah, do we need something here to show to the people? Also, you can see if there is no upcoming stream, everything shifts a little bit up. So that's actually not what we want to. So I know the designer did something like this here. But that's also not what I need, because if I show something, it should be something like, hey, there are no streams yet, but maybe you want to create one and then click here to submit a new stream directly. Let's see how we have this covered inside our stream list. Is there some kind of empty for each loop? I think. Let's search again for each. For each. So for else there is an empty. Is there also an empty for each? Let's try. He's not happy about this. Why is this not giving for each? Literal for each empty. Do I have to check this myself? This is already from 2015. My opinion would be much nicer to have this empty directive as well. What are they doing? Not much. Yeah, they have an empty check, and then if it's not empty, we can do the loop, but I'm still not what I want to. Is there really no better way for doing this? Okay, there's the 4Ls. Are we using the date? Yes, are we using the key? So I don't think it would work too. Can I do 4Ls? Would this be the same? No, I don't think so. And 4Ls? Maybe it's working. Let's see. I am empty. Okay, I think it should work. Yeah, like Chester said, 4Ls empty. Actually, I've never used it before, but I would have thought that the same would work for each as well, but since this is working here for else the same way, why not? So let's copy a few things in here. And I think about how we would want this to look like. So first, I want this to be in a partial because it's already big enough, this view. So include partials, and let's call it empty stream list. So we have a section, we have a header, where normally we have a date. We don't need the date, but this could be a kind of heading. Let's try. There are no upcoming streams. Oh yeah, and here then instead of what I want to do is I think about maybe having the kind of same layout like it was a stream, just with some different text so that it looks nice. But let's get rid of this and let's see what this could be. Yeah, so it looks a little bit strange because the image would go out to the left, which we don't have. So I think we could get rid of this here. And then MX Auto to center this. And maybe we get this here inside. Yeah, that's actually what I didn't want to do. Start thinking about a nice design, how to do this. So yeah, I think we should just try to keep it very simple so that we have something just in case. But for a better solution, we would definitely need some kind of help for the design. So this should be smaller. Text red for 100. No, that's also not the case. This is also not the case. And then, yeah, do we BG create darker? Do we really need this? Yeah, okay, we need this for the container around us. Okay, that's okay. But then here also what I would want is text center. And maybe we want to tell them that they need to, that they should submit something themselves. Maybe motivate them a little bit. No upcoming streams. Some sad emoji. And since this is not a heading, let's also make this a paragraph. And you can be the next one. There are no upcoming streams. This also shouldn't be bold. This looks a little bit strange. There are no upcoming streams. Be the first one. Be the first one to submit the next stream. And then here, I could make this a button. And then do the same what we've done inside our navigation for the submit modal. This one here. Let's copy this one. Okay, this seems to be working, but we also need to show this somehow by saying, by styling this a little bit. What about text red? There are no upcoming streams. Be the first one to submit the next stream. And then maybe also hover text. Or it's just underline. Hover underline. What do you think, friends? This enough? I think this works. Of course, if there are no streams, we also shouldn't show this one at streams to calendar because it wouldn't make sense. Okay, maybe let's also add this little thing. Header home. I think this is on the slogan part. Yeah, this one. We only want to show this if show calendar downloads is true and if do we have access here to the streams. I think we have because we also have it here. Oh, we have an upcoming stream. Yeah, that's a good thing. If there is an upcoming stream, then we want to show this. So it should be gone now. And then that's also switching now the layout again. So we also have to check this. I think that's, where is this happening? I think it's that one, right? Space Y16, no. No, where is it? Oh, it's here happening. It's on the main container. So it means this is in the main file here again. If route is home and there is an upcoming stream. Else, else we want also to add some padding top. No, it's actually not here. It shouldn't be on the main. It should be on the header. Yeah, I don't like this when we end up checking a little bit of here and there. Why is there no padding now? Did I change this? Oh, it's changing here. Make this smaller. Okay, I can live with this, especially because I know there shouldn't be a situation where this is the case, because at least I do 1 or 2 streams every week, so still I think we should be fine. But maybe, yeah, this needs some help. So this means this is the home header. Which class do we want to change here? Let's see. It's this div. Then there's a, oh, we could also do this in the whole section. So if there's no upcoming stream, then I want to add some padding button 8. This did not work. Let's see why. So we have here the header. We have set here padding bottom, but why is this not working? MX auto flex. MD padding button 0. Okay, we have already set something. Is there some kind of overriding in Tailwind? Important. Okay, I would. Okay, it seems like I have to define this myself, which I don't want to. So what I could do instead is let's take this and let's go to a different container here, like this one. Slogan. Okay, I can live with that. Let's just check if there are no typos. There are no upcoming streams. Be the first one to submit the next one, I think would sound better. Be the first. Be the first to submit the next one. Okay. Let's also bring in some data again and let's see if everything looks the same and we didn't break any other stuff. I think we're good. Of course, it looks much better with content as most of the websites. All right, yep. So no streams, check. Then one little thing which is next, which Freak mentioned to me. So here we have some, like, I would say, universal type of date format, which everybody understands. But this here is something which probably Americans have issues with because normally they would write the month before the day. So I think it's better to change this so it's not confusing to them. So let's see where we do this. I think I have some prepare. I think I have some kind of action where I'm prepare the streams for the homepage so that I have them by specific dates, like today, tomorrow. Okay, it seems I'm only sorting them. I think we changed this on the way. So what's happening here? I'm grouping them by, oh yeah, here I have this format. So I think a format which should work nice would be like Sunday, 10th of October, 2021. PHP date formats. That's where I spend quite some time if I need to find out how to write a specific format because I just don't know how to do that. I always have to look it up. I just can't remember it every time. So first is correct. So that's Sunday. And then we want the day, but we want it with a 10th or 3rd. Is there some way to get this? Monday for Sunday, 1, 2. English ordinal suffix. Okay, S. So let's see. Separation symbol could not be found. So what about this? Does this work? No. This one, no. So S, data missing. Okay, so it seems it doesn't like this format. Actually, I want to see some examples. Aren't there any examples here? Date format examples. That's how I want the documentation to be like. Show me some examples. Let me copy this. So what about those? Would this just work? Just writing an R? Do I get then the whole format? No. Okay, let's check Carbon if they have some better documentation. Seems my browser, and now he's finding those formats. Aren't there any good examples? Yes, what about this one? June 15th. ISO format, okay. Let's look here. Day of month with ordinal suffix. Code DO. But it seems he's not happy with him just having some kind of part of a date, right? So let's get back to what we had. For me, it's strange. Is this also not working? If we remove the Y, yeah, so it's not working anymore. Actually, I don't get it. Shouldn't it work that I define the format and then there's I only want the day and then it should work as well? Okay. I think I know what's happening here. It's because here we are grouping by, and then probably it's not a good idea to do this. Here, then we are creating from format. So this is the format we're having. Okay, now we have a date object, and then here. Can I format this here? Or where is the date actually? So that's the date. And by default, the date is what? It's what we have passed here. So think what I also should be able to do is like this. If you only want the day, yeah, but of course we don't want to override it for everything else. So but by default, yeah, I think I have to override it here. That's the way. Date equals date object format, and then let's try it again. Do. Did we change anything? I thought that I would get now like this example, the day and the O, day of the month with ordinal suffix from first, translatable. Why don't I get this? Do you have any idea, friends? Let's try to go with this one. So just to make sure that this is working. Yeah, this is working. Okay, now I want just the D, which is the day. Okay, the O seems to be not working. Because day is 3 and shouldn't it be the third? Let's check again. How do we want this to be? We want it to be like the 10th of October. 10th October and then the year. But first we also want it's Sunday. Yeah, but this I have no idea why this is not working. DO. Here's the complete list of available replacements. Examples with. Okay, maybe it's not how I can change this. Maybe let's check again. PHP date format. Let's check again. What about the S? Oh yeah, that's actually what we want to do. Okay, and then instead of the 0, we want day of the month 2 digits. Day of the month without leading 0. Okay. It's D, simple D, bigger D, then it's J 0. It's quite confusing. So it's Sunday, 3rd October 21. What about that? How do you like this? Is this a format that you like to read? It's Monday 4th. Do we need 4th of October 21? Today, tomorrow, Sunday, 3rd of October, 3rd October. What is the most universal date format? There is no universal recognized date format. Okay. Okay, it seems to be quite different. So I think there's no correct way to go here. I think it's better now. I think we're going to leave it for now. Let's see if you friends have some better ideas or maybe we get some feedback. But I think I can cross this off my list. Okay, let's see. We're already 2 hours in. I, unfortunately, I have some other stuff to do, so I think we can't finish the last thing. So the last thing that I wanted to do is to add some hover effects for those boxes here. So currently, if you want to go to the stream, it's not that clear how to get there. If you hover it, you see the pointer and then you can click it and then you should get there. But I think it would be nice to have some visual effects as well. Maybe shift the whole image a little bit more outside, something like that. And the same for the archive, maybe one shift a little bit up, like little cards. So I think that's what I want before I'm going to release this. But yeah, I think we're pretty close. So for myself and you heard me, I want to set the goal of releasing this the next week. And yeah, just some little things to do, but we're pretty close. So I think we can manage that. And it's always easier if something is live and then work on some fixes. And if you get some feedback from people who find some errors you want to, you can then concentrate on those errors and you will be very fast shipping those changes. All right, with that being said, I think we're going to call it a day. Thank you for joining again. Thank you for being part of the stream again. I think we did quite well here. And yeah, hopefully next time we are already working on a new release design for Larastreamers, which would be very cool. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching and have a great weekend. See you next week. Bye everybody.